up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jason Lee is here, finally.
About time. It took me 2 years.
All right, so I want to make sure that we, of course, talk about everything that you have going on because you are now a Stockton City Council member for District 6. You won your election.
Yes.
And I said there was a lot of things going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, there was. See, they tried it. The thing about me is anytime I put my mind to something, I'm going to get it done. I didn't want to be an elected person. I mean, before entertainment, I worked for the union for 11 years, so I know about organizing. I know about messaging, all of those things. I built a pretty good life with Hollywood Unlocked and what I was doing, but they just kept playing with my community, playing with the kids in terms of, not providing opportunities for them, not providing safe schools, not making sure the education was proper. So I'd been trying to advocate for creating programming, and then when I saw that they took me as a joke, I said, okay, cool. I'm going to
show you.
Yeah, and
that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, so I went back. I found 3 people who are all aligned on a shared vision, and then we all ran and we all won.
That's great. And I was telling you behind the scenes that I always let people know that I think a lot more people need to run for office. The way that you advocated for other people to run as well, that's how things get done. A lot of times people get really discouraged from what's going on with politics. They feel like they're not involved. They feel like they're not represented. They feel like there's no change happening. What's going to happen is going to happen anyway. They feel like, okay, somebody gets into office, they make all these promises, and then they don't deliver, right? But that can be different, and you can show us how that can be different.
And all of us have different platforms. Like you have your radio, social media platform. You have lots of relationships. I mean, you can be influential in your way. You don't have to be a politician or elected official. I could have as well. I chose only because the challenge was personal to me, and it was personal in front of a lot of young people that were there advocating that night at City Council for change. And I felt like, let me just be the example to show people that you can do it. So what I'm focusing on is a lot of voter education awareness, getting younger people, more progressive thinking people elected, showing young people that you can be lit and do all of the lit things, but you can also have an obligation to civic engagement and be involved. And I'm excited that friends have showed up to support me. I want to shout out Kevin Hart, Floyd Mayweather, Babyface, Cardi, Tiffany Haddish, a lot of friends in the business who actually got behind with their money, their platform, their resources, showed up, came to Stockton to support me. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be an exciting experience.
What was the exact moment that you said, I'm going to run? Was it something that just sparked you out of nowhere, or was it something that you had been thinking about, planning, and then one day came out and did it? Or were you like, you know what, F this, I'm running?
Yeah, we had been working for about a year to put together a youth program. And then when we went, the night we were supposed to go and hear about it being approved, we got word right before we went that they were calling around to tell them not to approve it. That the council had changed. The city manager, they said at the time, was working to get people behind the scenes to not support it. So I was preparing to go in with hundreds of people to be happy about it, but then now on the way there, finding out that that they were gonna vote against it. So when I got there and I saw what was happening, that they were politicizing all this, I said, you know what? They tried this 12 years ago when I didn't have the resources, the platform. I wasn't financially secure. I wasn't established as a brand. But now that I have all that, and I do have a lot of time and the platform, I'm gonna pivot and go in a different way. So in that moment, I thought when the councilman said, you have all these rich friends like Rihanna or Floyd Mayweather, why don't you go ask them to help you? I was shocked that they said that in public. But then I went back.
This is how they little hate.
Yeah. Then I went back and I said, let me try to find somebody to run. I couldn't find anybody that believed that they could actually change it. Nobody wanted to run. So I just said, you know what? I'm gonna just make this big sacrifice and figure it out. So I moved everything around in my business and I got all my partnerships in order, and then I put my name
back
in
to Stockton
and won. Yeah, went back, got a house, got an office there. I mean, I literally did everything. They were taking me as a joke the whole time. Now I think they know it's real because I get sworn in on January 7th. I take office January 1st, and they know.
And Cardi B is swearing you in? I know you want her to.
I've asked her to because she loves politics.
Right, she does.
And it's just like out of all my friends, she's the one that I know she really cares about her community in the country, so I've asked her to.
Okay, I hope that works out.
I didn't even tell nobody. Yes, I've asked Cardi to do it. So
what do you mean? I saw you talking about it.
Well, I talked about it, but again, I you know what I love is that
attention.
People, they hear me, but I don't think people really be believing me. But I did ask her to because I think, again, it'll make all the young people come out, you know? And that's what my whole nonprofit is about, is using celebrity influencers who have this big audience and have big influence to bring young people out to get the message of being involved.
So I want to ask you this because with this last election, right, for president, people were very I think they had some negative things to say about celebrities being used when it came to, for Kamala Harris. People had things to say about who she had, Megan Thee Stallion, Beyonce, and they were like, haha, all that doesn't matter. Some people feel like celebrities should just shut up and not even talk about politics. And you do the opposite because people have been really critical of that. But you're like, look, we're going to get these celebrities to come out to get people engaged.
Yeah.
So
Well,
talk to me about what you think about the presidential election and if that.
Yeah, well, first of all, I love Kamala Harris. Let me just put that there. And then today I fly to D.C. to go to the president's Christmas party. I mean, I think this administration has done a lot that they haven't gotten credit for because they just did the work and they didn't really talk about it, which is sad because if the tree falls in the forest, you need to make sure people know that it made a sound.
Right.
They weren't really doing the best job of getting the message out. But I think like Megan Thee Stallion twerking isn't going to make me vote. And I think that when Kamala brought her out, I understood the reaction because it was just like all these celebrities were not posting, tweeting, supporting her before or supporting the administration, really. I mean, I think, they were doing things at the vice president's residence around a woman's right to have control over her own body. But again, they didn't really share the information. So
Right, so
really
you have to make a connect.
You have to make the connection. With Tiffany, I'm on the board of Diaspora Groceries, which is an organization that she formed to create healthy grocery stores in communities that are food deserts. My district, District 6, with South Stockton, is a food desert. So I'm working to bring Tiffany there to build a grocery store. With Floyd Mayweather, I mean, he just was a part of a group that invested $400 million in low-income housing. Low-income housing is big, as we were talking offline, in my community. And then, Cardi, loving politics, I want her there to swear me in. But then just everybody that's participated, Kevin and them, I just called because, quite frankly, we needed money because big money, special interest was putting it all behind our opponents.
Right.
And I needed money, and I just called up all these rich people who happen to be famous.
And that is very true. Like, even Tamika Mallory, she talks about, okay, we need to raise money in order to get things done. And even watching people's elections, part of being able to even run is being able to raise money.
That's
that
a big
matter.
part. That's a huge part.
Yeah.
They put hundreds of thousands of dollars behind some of the worst people that could have ever been elected. I'm just thankful for the voters that saw through it all. And yes, the celebrities, when that city council member said, what has Floyd Mayweather and Rihanna done for you? Well, Rihanna then hosted a dinner for me to raise money for kids. So we did that. And then Floyd flew into Stockton and said, I'm here to make sure you win and I'm supporting your city and I'll be back. And, now we're talking about how we can build a skating rink in our community together because he owns one in Vegas. But, it's one of those things where like, you have to have the financial capital. You have to have the will and determination to beat these people. And then for me, the story of running the streets as a young kid whose mom was on drugs and now running my city is amazing for me and my purpose of what I'm trying to do.
Now, will Beyonce and Jay-Z be also?
So you tried it. Can I just say, only because I know people listen to you, people listen to every, when we're on these shows, I love Beyonce. I will say out of everything I've ever done in my career, I've done a lot, said a lot, whatever. I don't regret anything. But where I'm at with Beyonce right now is a weird thing because, like, she's the queen. Like, this is somebody as not just a black man, a gay man, somebody who grew up in the era of Michael Jackson, who saw a real icon. Beyonce is our Michael Jackson. So, like, even to be in the conversation of there being some weird energy between what I do and her is crazy. But, I go back to say, like, we have Hollywood Unlocked has a relationship with everybody in the industry. Some people participate, some don't. Some say we're the bad guys, some love us. Everybody that has acted like they were my friend, I've learned over time that they weren't. It's like some people use me to put things out or they want me to do the dirt. Or that's why I've backed up from Hollywood Unlocked, putting my staff out there more. But with Beyonce, it's just a weird thing because I do love her so much and I would never, ever want to do anything to hurt her or her image because she's important to us, but it's just a weird thing right now. Like, I love Beyonce still.
It's interesting because behind the scenes with everything that's been happening with Diddy, with Jay-Z, people are mad at black media for reporting certain things, right? But these are also, you don't have to say, this is true, I believe this. You can report what's out there and continue to do that. But sometimes people feel like we're poisoning our own community.
Yeah, but let me tell you, that's the sick, incestuous pool of black celebrities who sit around over Ciroc or Douce and lie to each other about the reality of the state of where we are. Black media, black-owned media, first of all, isn't even paid its fair share of all these Fortune 500 brands that are pouring into white-owned, black-targeted companies. BET, VH1, that's white-owned, black-targeted. Hollywood Unlocked, Shade Room, Jasmine Brand, Neighborhood Talk, Baller Alert, all black-owned brands that do not get even a percentage of anything. And then you have celebrities like a Jay-Z. And this is where I think the whole fallout with the Beyonce, she's just kind of in the crosshairs because of all of what's going on in the media with respect to Jay-Z and stuff. But with Jay, you know, when he complained at the Grammys about the Grammys not giving Beyonce Artist of the Year, when she's the most decorated Grammy-winning artist ever, we invited him to be honored at our award show. So it's like, okay, we have a black-owned award show. We've honored you in the Breakfast Club. We've honored Whoopi Goldberg. We've honored Babyface, Lizzo, Floyd Mayweather. We've had Mariah Carey pop out. We just had Cardi B, Jonathan Majors, all these different people. And it was pretty much said, like, Jay doesn't really want awards. Well, he go to the Grammys.
Right.
He you know, come into the black-owned spaces. Let's figure out how to work together so that way we have the relationship when it matters, not when it's convenient for you and your image. Because they all call us when the story is up that they don't like.
And this is something you've been advocating for a while.
Years.
I was at the White House with you
Yep.
when we went to go. It was their holiday party.
Yep.
Was that last year?
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. And you were the one that was like, look, we need to make sure that black media is getting this. We need to get this picture with Joe Biden. We need to make sure, because it is very true.
Yep.
We get treated so differently. I know people, like you've said this before, they'll run to like a People or a Variety to break some news instead of running to one of these.
Or coming to your show. Like, if all of our talent showed up for us first, we would be far more powerful. Our impact is felt when they don't show up, and because the proximity isn't there, we report on what we see, then they don't like it. You know, none of these people, Jay-Z, and, you know, even though on one of my podcasts I say if I get killed, Jay-Z did it. I don't think Jay-Z's trying to kill me, but I do know how to get my message out there in case something goes down. I love Jay-Z. Jay-Z has done a lot for our culture, and we have to protect Jay-Z. But Jay-Z got to pull up. This is not the era of Prince and Michael Jackson where you can be that mythical unicorn that exists in the.
Well, maybe Sade. We were just talking. Sade might
different.
be. Yeah, she could do it.
But yeah, she can't do it. She is Sade. But we love Jay, and when you see somebody like Jay be able to go from Marcy Projects to like partnering with the NFL and putting all of the talent in there, even though y'all shaded Lil Wayne, we love it because.
But they've done something. They're doing something with Lil Wayne now, so.
I'm just being funny.
I know.
I'm being messy.
I know you. I just want to say
but I love.
I know you.
But I love Jay, and you know, it really is weird because I was just at DJ Khaled's event in Miami during Art Basel, and you know, you run in. This industry is really small. You run into people. I popped out and I ran into people who had a lot to say about the whole scenario, and I'm like, you know, I would love to have a conversation about it, but the conversation is less for me about how I made you feel. It's about how we all feel. All of us. And I'm the one, and Jasmine is another one who has a face to our platforms, and you've been very supportive of Jasmine. We all feel a certain way,
right?
You know, and pull up, you know. Otherwise, you teach us how to treat you. We write a story, we go viral. Now here come your people. Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm excited to see everything that you're about to do with Stockton. You've already put Stockton so much on the map because honestly, I didn't know a lot about Stockton until I saw you talking about what was going on in your city and how important this was for you. So I think. No matter what, you've also shined a really big light on your hometown.
Thank you. Yeah.
I always try to do that for Brooklyn, too.
No, I was telling the mayor-elect that we have to, for the first time, have like a content team, put out content daily on what we're doing. Even in talking to you and just, you know, people, if they don't know or aren't paying attention behind the scenes, as big of a business entrepreneur you are and everything, you know, you have a coffee shop in Brooklyn. I want to build my own business in my city so that way I have a staple there that people can gravitate to.
And I told you, I was like, do it and buy the building so that you can own the building. Certain places you can do that, you know, and buy the building. And I'm all for that. You know, I got my real estate license too.
Really?
Yeah. And so I'm actually about to lead a team in Brooklyn for real estate. So I'm excited to announce
Angela out here get money. I'm going to tell you, I don't know if we can say this, but when I called Angela one day and I said something about making money on social media, and you put me on game. I'm making so much money now, over there.
Yeah, I'm glad. And, you know, I think that's important for all of us, though, to be able to figure out other streams of income. I've always been a big fan, ever since I graduated from college, and I didn't have a name for what I was doing, but I was always figuring out multiple streams of income, like doing other things, consulting for other things, writing bios, other stuff. And so that has turned into, I mean, I think I was like a freelancer before it was really popular back then. So.
But you also do what a lot of us don't do, and you sharing resources too.
Yeah.
Like,
if you ask me, I got you. Like,
yeah, but that's not, you know, that ain't how we all share, you know. And I feel like, you know, Jay, let's do NFL Unlocked. You know, like let Hollywood Unlocked do a power dinner during the, like, we should be lining up all our resources and relationships. But again, black media, black people in media have been so villainized that it's like, oh, that's the bad guy.
But you did pull up to the TDE's Christmas celebration. So talk to me about that, because you were on stage. I saw you over there with Kendrick,
sure did.
SZA. I see Doechie's going to do Hollywood Unlocked.
Angela, you be doing your research.
Jason, I follow you.
You do. Listen, Angela, we were talking behind the scenes about Top Dog. Top Dog is the real deal. He invited me to. Well, no, I ain't gonna lie. I self-invited. I texted him. I said,
Listen,
"What you think I'm gay? I'm not gonna pull up to the hood. I'm from the hood." But he said, "No, pull up." He walked me in. I popped out. Shout out to Nickerson Gardens. Everybody out there and watched, showed him a lot of love. Yeah, Kendrick, Doechii, SZA, Glorilla pulled up. It was. I saw Problem. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. But what's dope about it is right in the housing development in the hood. It's right.
And they do that every year. So.
But I've been sleeping on. I told Top I need to be involved next year. I want to do something because it was so inspiring, because that's what we should be doing. Like, you really involved in Brooklyn, me really involved in Stockton, him really involved in his community. I mean, that it was inspiring to see so many people out there just enjoying him giving back. You know.
Lastly, I want to ask you, when you were running for office, being a gay man, did that come up? Like, was that something that people were attacking you for? Because I know that people could still be very homophobic in politics.
You know, even like I look back to like Love and Hip Hop, when that whole drink throwing thing happened and it was all related to somebody trying to out something and whatever. I never really lead with my sexuality, although I joke about it and talk about it openly because I don't care. They've now made it not they've made it a thing, but now the press is like highlighting that, you know, this is a first time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is a first.
Yeah, but they were one of the people during my campaign that I was running against was weaponizing it. You know, posting pictures of me like somebody that I may have kissed or dated, or, you know, talking about me, calling me the F word and stuff like that. Whoa. It didn't affect me because my job was to get in there and win. Like, I didn't get distracted by it. You know, they say I was an out-of-town reality star, rich guy. Then I was broke and needed money. Then and clout. Then I was rich buying the election.
Politics is a dirty game.
It was dirty.
I think it's dirtier than the music industry.
It's dirtier than the entertainment industry for sure. They tried it. They tried to flip some of my family. You know, try to get some of my cousins.
This is a movie.
Yeah, but it's all good.
This is another book, by the way.
It's a book and it's a documentary. But, you know, I'm on it.
I know you documented all of this. Well, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
On all of the wins.
Thank you.
And I know it's going to be a great 2025. I feel it. And you're going to be on Zeus too, right?
So the Jason Lee Show is going to the Zeus Network. The Impact Awards this year was on the Zeus Network. I've been very intentional about building with black people because, you know, Lemuel Plummer, I know he gets a lot of heat for some of that content because it's loud and it's animated, whatever. But
that's a good way to describe it. It's loud and animated.
You have to control our narrative. But he's been very supportive of now evolving with, you know, the Impact Awards. We had Cardi, Jonathan Majors, we had Karen Clark Shear, Jasmine Crockett. Anyway, we had a lot of people there this year. Sharon Stone, Christian Louboutin was this. We honored this year. Tiffany Haddish hosting. So we're bringing different talent over to Zeus. And Lemuel, one thing about him, he pays on time and he pays well.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, he's great. No complaints.
All right, so that's happening 2025.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you going to come to the award show? So June 20th. June 20th.
Listen, the thing is, it's in LA, and I have to kind of be there because I was out there last time.
But it's BET weekend. Though.
I haven't been there in a couple of
okay. Well, June 20th.
But if I'm there, I would definitely pull up.
I'll send the invitation.
You know that.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yes.
All right. Well, Jason Lee, thank you so much. I know you got to get back to work because you are a councilman.
Well, I'm heading to the White House.
Okay, you know, heading to the White House. He's a politician.
It's the what is it? What I say? It's pop culture and politics.
And I don't want no scandals. Okay, please. No scandals.
No.
Okay.
Oh, I've already said I'm not dating anybody from Bakersfield to Sacramento.
Yeah, you're single now.
I'm single and I'm in therapy and I'm sober and I'm focused. Although I just want to be very clear because everybody's like, oh, is he going to change? I'm evolving as a human being. I'm 47. I'll be 48 next year. I'm evolving, but I'm still going to, you know, say it how I mean it.
Okay. All right. Well, perfect. I don't doubt it. All right. Well, Jason Lee, you guys, it's way up.